How are you? Mm-mm.
Hello, Rana.
Of course, I'm on mute. Hi, everyone.
Oh, we've been doing that all day long. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We'll invite you now, Rana, to share your slide deck.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'll just reiterate again that the pitch will last for 12 minutes. At the 11-minute and 30-second mark, I will pin myself just to indicate that it's concluding in 30 seconds. And then we'll have 6 minutes for questions with our investors.
Can you guys all see that?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can see it.
Beautiful.
Okay, looks good. You sound great. So whenever you're ready, feel free to start the pitch.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Rana Hyatt, and I'm the founder and CEO of Solis. And I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up with parents that owned and operated hair salons throughout the years. And ever since then, I've actually gotten to know all parts of that business. So when the torch was passed on to myself, second generation, I really wanted to blow it out of the park. How do I raise $76 million, triple it, and do it faster, and kind of elevate the brick and mortar space for the salon industry? I decided I really wanted to do on location freelance artistry and grow that across Canada. So as I did that, I kept noticing one serious problem: sanitation. Why was I earning more and spending much more on my products and tools? Why did I need to have duplicate tools? Why did I need to buy single-use plastic disposable applicators? Because I had to wash my tools, and it took 48 to 24 hours to do it. So I wanted to see if other people actually suffered from the same problem. Celebrity artists really also have the same issue. So any fashion show that you've ever seen, there's always a model that comes home with either an eye infection, a cold sore, or adverse skin effects. So these are celebrity artists with big teams, and they know that what they're doing. So we also saw this with MAC Cosmetics in 2020, where they were sued for $20 million because a junior staff member decided that it wasn't important to stay sanitary. And this client suffered really harmful loss of eye vision. We saw this on a global scale when, because we're one of the few industries that touch our clients like skin to skin, we wanted to make sure that this was something that we weren't able to be shut down again. And it really suffered from small businesses to freelance artistry and to our cosmetic retailers, our very favorite stores like Sephora, Blended Drug, Shoppers Drug Mart, Holt Renfrew, Ulta, all your favorite stores that you like to shop in. You couldn't actually try any of the products because it wasn't sanitary to do so. So traditional methods of sanitation are incredibly expensive, incredibly time consuming. It takes 24 to 48 hours to clean my tools, and there's a serious risk of infection on 3 of the most critical entry points of your body. So it's not sustainable, and it's also not even treating viral infections, it's just bacterial. So how do we make this smarter and better? So we wanted to create a hospital-grade sanitation device that does so all within 60 seconds. So this is Solis. You just pop your tools in. It doesn't matter what it is. It can even be your lip liners and your eyeliners. So it can be brushes and your cosmetic products themselves. You just pop it in, close the lid, and press the button. And in 60 seconds, it's actually lab verified and it's fully sanitized. We wanted to sanitize smartly. So we not only sanitize, but we actually analyze your pathogens that are on the tools themselves. We wanted to let you know when things are not working out for you, when your product ingredient interactions are happening. We wanted to ensure that why are they happening, if there's actually something that's causing that to happen. So we wanted to make sure that we build this microbial and product ingredient library to allow our professional artists to suggest better products to their clients, practice better sanitary methods, and then track the health of their tools and products, and then tell you when your favorite products actually do go on sale. So how do we stack up? We are the most inexpensive over a 2-month ROI, bacterial disinfectant, viral disinfectant. And we also are the only ones to actually track your pathogen microbial library. And then we're most sustainable, and we're actually research and verified on the path to Health Canada and FDA certification. So our global market is $263 billion in a total available. Our serviceable market is 11, and our serviceable obtainable market is 464. We know the beauty suppliers because we've built this long-lasting relationship with them, that our first point of entry is the beauty suppliers touching on the pro artistries and salons. So that is all your makeup schools, your lash bars, your med spas, your barbershops, all the places where your professional artists will shop. And we want to support the back end of the cosmetic retailers. So we want to know that if you are a consumer that would like to try, you can do so safely. And we wanted to also say that we wanted to touch on the film and television industry because those are our favorite celebrities that are actually having their makeup done and their special effects, and all those things need to be completely sanitary. Our global sales channel are all B2B. It's our beauty suppliers, cosmetic retailers, and film and television. And then naturally, through our direct to consumers, a luxury cosmetic clientele. Our first phase, because again, like I said, we know this industry very well. We've actually just secured with Modern Beauty Suppliers, our pro artistry, our cosmetic retailer with Holt Renfrew, who's been watching us really closely. And we're just securing our Christmas launch for 2023. And we actually are really happy to announce that we secured Alberta Film and Television. So we will be on the set of Last of Us. Our second phase is global. Again, the cosmetic retailers are big supporters there in a luxury clientele. We just actually came back from Paris and we have really exciting announcements to make for South Korea and also Fashion Week announcements in our brand partnership with L'Oreal, which will be starting a $250,000 pilot project with them. So our pricing model looks a little like this. We have our 2024, $499 USD in the Solis hardware. And then the freemium model for the software, as we build that microbial and data machine learning model, we're able to actually utilize it so we can implement the software independently of the hardware to be on any other device with our partners with L'Oreal, LVMH, Sephora, our big beauty brands that we love so much. And then our Solis hardware, because we're going to iterate the technology and actually continue to develop it and make it a lot better and more sustainable. We built Solis to be modular so that anyone that bought Solis version 1 would be able to actually come into Solis version 2 at a very great rate. So all the things that we've done in the last while, we designed our MVP, we lab tested, and we're fully verified by a third party lab. We got a ton of great funding. So we grew in terms of our $40,000. We have just secured a $250,000 with L'Oreal and then $250,000 again for the Alberta Export Expansion Program. We applied for a provisional patent. We have 500 pre-sales and we've secured our Alberta film and television. And also for our IP, because we all know IP is very expensive, we've got the Elevate IP secured there. So we're excited to say that we don't have to spend any money on that field. And once in 2024, we're looking to kind of do the same thing, really, enhance our science and technology, develop, raise more, and sell more, of course. So we're looking to do Cosmoprof Worldwide, which is kind of the TED Talk of the beauty industry, where we actually get to partner up with international buyers and go to Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Spain and China, specifically our biggest markets, and then Fashion Week in New York City, and then Milan and London. And then we want to really go global. So we want to scale Solis's software so that we can actually continue to implement that technology in that space and really utilize advanced materials and partnerships and licensing and labeling with other beauty industry leaders and really scale our luxury market. So our team is small, but definitely growing. We have myself in research and development with a background in chemistry and healthcare experience, and then Dr. Chris Brown, which is the University of Calgary, which is helping us with the Life Science Fellowship, which is something that we're really excited to say that we're looking to continue our research and development there. And then Fernando Morera, which is an R&D specialist in all data science and machine learning model, and Dr. Richard May, an IRAP industrial technology advisor. Zena, our angel investor, Sandrine, and Svenja are actually our trade commissioners, which are big supporters of our export expansion program for with France. And we all know that we need marketing in order, we need sales. And so to do that, we need our marketing and sales team. So Chloe and Tina are big people. And then finance for Jeremy and Jay Latta, which is an AI BMW expert. And I'm going to come to my ask. We're looking to raise $1 million specifically for our sales and marketing customer acquisition, we know that we're really changing the way that we're going to be sanitizing and utilizing that area. And we want to really have that great customer adoption. We need, and our business operations in order to leverage the expert team that we will need to have. Now, with the Life Science Fellowship, what's really great is we're able to pivot the research and development funds directly into sales and marketing and customer acquisition. So I think that's really what we're wanting to do, position ourselves for a large market share. And I wanted to take the time now to thank you for getting to listen to my pitch.
Thank you very much, Rana. We're under time, so we've got
Oops.
extra minutes for questions. No, that's good. Over is where it gets
Sorry,
it
guys.
can make my job tough because that means I have to cut off. So we appreciate the time, and we'll ask everybody to just populate their questions in the chat. As Julia is Rana's coach, I'm going to manage the question period. To start, Rana, you can confirm your raise is $1 million. So can you confirm your cap for the raise?
Our cap for the raise. Sorry,
Yes.
can you say that again?
Yeah, can you confirm your raise and your cap for the raise? So are you okay with Shivu's convertible note with your cap?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, we've got a question in the chat. It's interesting that your cost on the product increases over 2 years. Can you please explain as well? Can you please break down your profitability for your hardware and software? So we'll start
Yeah,
just with the first. That's a long question. So
yeah, that's a really great question. And I totally knew I was going to get that. So 499 for the Solis version 1 is like we like to call it V1, is really just sanitation. So we've utilized UVC technology and infrared technology, and also just a provisional patent in the material that we're looking to use that really penetrates the depths and density of a bristle, let's say, for example, because they're kind of the hardest. They're the easiest to ruin and the hardest to sanitize just because they will disform quickly. So we wanted to make sure that we can sanitize and really make that claim in 60 seconds. So we utilize that. We have an Alberta manufacturer here. So we wanted to also lead on that sustainability initiative as well and say we want to, manufacture in this space. So 499 is just to sanitize, but 899 is where we get the analyzation, where we use this software that we're building to really leverage the microbial and product ingredient interaction. Reasons why is that we also want to give our professional artists the insurance that they need. So it's something that we want them to know when there is an alert of like a harmful pathogen, like something like herpes. And then at the same time, utilize the product ingredient interactor to say, hey, if your client is looking to prevent acne, these two ingredients, when they mix, we can see it through Solis, they're really harmful to your client. So we want to ensure that the pro artist is suggesting better product recommendations. And so that's where the $899 comes in, because that technology is just going to be a little bit more expensive to implement because you'll have two pieces of software leading in the second model.
okay, so I think you clarified the value of the software. Can you speak about your manufacturing process and how it will change as you scale and increase your margins?
Yeah, we knew that our manufacturer in Airdrie, there was definitely a cap in terms of numbers per production line. So the great thing is that our injection molder, we own that, so we can literally go anywhere. And we've actually sourced in South America another manufacturer that can actually bring us to full scale once we go global. So we wanted to ensure that we had those key pieces taken care of, and we would do so with the material costs. So one thing we did, we liked actually with our Airdrie manufacturer, was that he allowed us to just buy the material first so that we can have as many for version 1 that we want. And then the second that we get into version 2, we can actually just reposition the exterior material and rebuild with Solis version 2 without losing the cost of the V1. So we wouldn't have any dead, hardware laying around.
Okay. So one question
Yeah,
from Deb. So will you extend to identify other microbiomes considering, and are you considering other markets?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of part of our roadmap too was also to diversify into different sectors and different industries. We know that with our provisional patent for the microbial tracker, that's really key. That's actually what's really driving our L'Oreal pilot project here. So that's one of the big things that we really want to develop, and we want to leverage it by licensing it to other industries.
Okay. How often can I use the product in a 24-hour period? Is it unlimited? Are there any pieces that expire or need to be switched due to overuse?
No, so you can actually get like 10,000 hours worth of the product. And if you're sanitizing it 60 seconds with 12 brushes, I mean, it'll last you forever on under one charge. We have it built into our model that if there's any, modular replacements, that we would be able to kind of replace them. So that's you wouldn't really need to overuse. I mean, we did our product engineering testing. The only way that you can like, we really wanted it to be built to last, especially in like the salon industry. So the only way you're going to do it is if you like check it against a cement wall. So you won't overuse it. It'll last for quite some time.
Okay. How does the software function in version 1?
So that's completely just a data library tracker where we're only just kind of looking at very key strains and training our model to do it. So the software version of version 1 is only looking at like two, bacterial strains, where we want to build into the viral testing strain and then fungal testing, just to really build that library. We call it the microbial library. So we just want to build that data model there. So version 1 is it's just making sure that whenever we say that this bacterial strain is coming, it is actually occurring, and we can do so on any type of brush or tool. So we know that everyone has different types of brushes, different densities of brushes. We want to be able to really effectively do so, regardless of the density of the brush, regardless of the product or item that's in there, whether it's a hair comb or your husband's toothbrush, for example.
Okay, if you were to add a peer colleague in your business, what role would they play?
Oh, that's such a good question. Um, I would actually love to hire an expert salesperson in the beauty space. So someone with like solid expertise in, they just know the buyers. They have like, a longstanding relationship with them. I think those are key pieces, especially when you're bringing in, a waterless sanitation device. It's something new to the market, and so we really want to have that adoption. So I think that a key salesperson would be incredible, just to kind of teach us all how to sell too.
Okay, great. We're on to our last minute with Rana. So are there any other questions that anyone might have? Oh, do you see? Okay, I've got a couple more. Do you see other models being developed for different markets, like nail
Yeah, we
salons?
Yeah, we actually developed different iterations for the barbershop specifically, because the blue solution, that stuff is so outdated, hasn't been reinvented since 1964. We're like, why don't we change this for you guys? You can actually put any tool in there. You don't have to wait the 10 minutes, and you don't have to damage your bristles. Why don't we also do that? So that was one piece that we're looking into. And actually, that's got a really strong adoption there. So we're looking to kind of facilitate that production line for the barbershops. Nail salons, again, same thing. They use a lot of single-use disposable, so we want to, protect them. Have I thought about an exit plan for this business? Yes, but I'd love to stay on as like, research and development. I think that there's so much more that we can do here, and yeah, an exit plan would be lovely in a lot of ways, because you always want to be the, de-risking yourself. So
Wonderful. On that note, perfect timing. Thank you so much, Rana, and
thank you guys.
we appreciate your pitch.
Do I just leave now?